I can hear you. I can see you and I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right then.
Yeah. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Are you in Italy at the moment?
Yes, I am.
Oh, wonderful. And tell me, what are you doing there?
Well, I'm going to Livorno to do a course in Livorno. I've been in Bucharest teaching for 2 weeks at a course there, summer camp there, with Tania Morales at the ballet, organized by Casa de Ballet, which was lovely. And then I came across to Italy, and next week I'm teaching at a course in Livorno, which is with AE dancer. So it's Association Europea Dancer in Livorno, and I've been there quite a few years actually. When I was freelance before I went to ballet school. So I go back a long way with them, and they always do courses. They have good teachers and good contemporary dance teachers, and for years they've asked me for a course, and I've never been free. So I'm now free. So I'm going
that's
down.
wonderful. So how old are these students that you teach?
They're going to be 11 to 13, and then the second going to be 14 plus.
Oh, I see. Is this like a summer school program?
Summer school program. So they'll have a contemporary dance teacher coming, and they've been, this is I think the second week or the third week, and I'm going down for this week.
Oh, okay.
Weeks.
So, and what exactly are you teaching at this summer school then?
I'm teaching classical ballet.
Oh, classical. Okay. And in Bucharest, what did you teach there as well? Classical.
Classical and character.
Oh, okay.
The youngest level class, and I stayed with them for 2 weeks, and we did classical ballet, repertoire, character.
Oh, okay. Oh, but this sounds amazing. And that these students are they from ballet schools, or are they coming from these smaller schools?
Both, I would think, both, because obviously they have to contain the numbers in times, but smaller private schools and bigger schools, both, I think.
Okay.
I'll find out when I get.
Oh, okay. So, do you enjoy these summer programs?
I do. I find there's a very good energy, and I think it's interesting because, for example, the English schools, academic schools, finish quite late in July. So when they come to whilst they're very, very keen, they're also quite tired from their school year. Whereas, of course, here, and it was in Bucharest too, they've been on holiday. They start a little earlier their summer holiday. So they've had a bit of time at home with, the family, and they're now raring to go. So they don't come with any less intention than what I found in England. But of course, they're more rested. And they're incredible energy and a hunger to learn. I found that particularly in Bucharest. There was such a passion and hunger there's such an energy. It was really lovely, really wonderful.
Yeah, because I think sometimes about this, that in ballet, it's almost these years now that they have to prepare themselves to do auditions and to get into ballet schools, and so it's very important these summer courses that they do, because of course they then either get to different teachers or maybe find something out, learn something that they otherwise would not have learned. Do you think also that this is then sort of the route to go for young dancers who want to make a career of dance?
I think it helps them because it widens their view. As you so rightly said, they're getting different teachers. They might be getting slightly different methods or different vocabulary. And I think that prepares them very well for auditions for schools, because it's not going to be the same as they've had in school. And it also widens their outlook on other students all being hungry together.
Oh,
to
yeah. Mm.
and improve their technique or their artistry, whatever it is they're wanting to improve. But they are also with like-minded people, which I think, for gives an opportunity for the students to broaden their horizons, and also maybe the teacher on the summer school says exactly the same thing as their own teacher, but just a different can help.
Yeah.
Just confirm a correction. You go, oh, actually, I have heard that before, and I'm still hearing it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and maybe also, like you're saying, just a different environment, and learning then also from other students, learning or looking at each other, or working with other students as well.
Yes, and I think friendships last too.
Mm.
The summer schools or summer courses, they last, because then they might see them the next. Particularly these days with social media, they're all in touch with each other and they stay in touch with each other, and that's very, very a positive side. That not only are they building their friendship, building their confidence in their ability to cope in a different situation, their resilience, if you like.
Yeah.
And of course, this year after lockdown, there's a hunger to learn and get back into the studio, because not many people do it all year, depending on the country, or the situation. So I think there's a very excitement to be in the studio. Yeah.
And can you see, is there a change that you can see now from the students so previous years that you taught? Can you see that these children come out of a lockdown situation at the moment?
Some cases, yes. I mean, I've had situations teaching where because people have, for example, been in small spaces, and so the parameters of a small space, where your walls are, where your kitchen starts. And I did have interesting situations where people were getting vertigo because moving and turning, and where the parameters, that the walls weren't there. There was like, I feel different where I am, and that was very interesting to discover that one, and to deal with that, and sort of relate back to your core, and what you've got centered is in direct conversation with your brain is your core. It's still there, so hang on to that whilst you steady yourself. It was a side I hadn't predicted at all, hadn't thought about.
Yeah, I wonder if we will see now things, slowly starting to see things that you can say, okay, yeah, because that was because of the situation, because they were not being able to dance. But do you have, so at these summer schools, do you have students from all over? Do they come from all over Europe, or just Europe, or America as well?
Oh no, because of travel. You see, travel's being a bit restricted, and that's why it was Bucharest. And then this is why I didn't go back to England, because I've stayed in Europe.
Oh yeah.
So it's different, and different zones want different things. I mean, double vaccinated. Obviously, England was quite early to get vaccinated, but here it's in Italy pass. But for example, isn't compatible with the Green Pass app. So you're
I see. Yeah. So do you have to quarantine? Do you have to quarantine everywhere you go?
No, because I spent more than 2 weeks in Europe before I came to Italy.
Oh, I see.
So yes, I would have done. Yes, I would have done.
Yeah.
But
but the students who come there, do they have to quarantine some of them?
Well, Bucharest, they were quite local, and I think actually in Livorno they'll be fairly local. I don't know exactly yet, but I would imagine probably be Italian. Actually, having said that, there were students from Spain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but then again, that was still Europe, you see.
Yeah. But so how long is this summer school? that you
6 days.
6 days? Oh, okay. And where are you heading to then?
I'll come back here because my daughter's coming out to join me.
Yeah.
And then, of course, at the end of August in Switzerland.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also teaching students, that age group. Is it also like a summer school that you do?
Ones as well. Last year I did this course in Switzerland at Caslano with the Alexander Ashkenazy Ballet School, and Barkali Ashkenazy Ballet School, sorry, and she has a school in Caslano, and she has her students within the school, and that they're doing their study well. So I had older ones, I had younger ones, but I also had her professional course. And funnily, last year, because one of the teachers that was coming to her course had a temperature, and we had to wait to see.
Oh, I see.
Hi, happy Buon Ferragosto, which is a big festival here. And she, in sort of 2 hours later, she's like, Tania, I need you. I need you. I've just heard, would you mind? And then this guy, obviously I was free, so she asked me officially. Yeah.
Oh, but that's wonderful. Yeah. Well, any excuse to go to Switzerland, I would say. But Tania, this is so lovely to talk to you, and it's so great that you do this, and I'm sure that you have an impact on the students you teach, just as I know you had on my children. So I hope you have a wonderful time. I hope you have a wonderful time in Italy. Yeah.
Go well. I give something, isn't it? To the art forms a lot, so it's nice to try and transmit some of the joys of it, and can in a course. It's nice. So.
And of course, I think now a time as any, it's good to get them back again, and just getting back to normality again is probably also a factor.
Yes. I just think anything like that just for them, isn't it? Just to make them feel that we're finally able to move a little bit, like third waves anywhere. But it's good for them to feel, that they're back in the studio and working. Even if numbers are restricted and there are regulations, I still think it's healthy for them.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so have a lovely day and a lovely time in Italy.
Speak to you.
Lovely to speak to you too. I will.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.